like a paper aeroplane, like a lonely vagabond. Peace, it is fragile, it travels alone. If you don't talk to strangers, you'll never know. Still trying to fight the battles won. 1,000 origami birds are burnt up, flying too close to the sun. Oh Lord, peace will come. Oh Lord.
Hey guys, I'm here with Jack Carty. This is my friends from Art of Sleeping In.
Hello.
So, another secret garden party done.
Yeah, it was awesome.
How many does that make it?
For this tour, this was the 20th show. Yeah. So with the one that we did at your place ages and ages ago, it's my 21st garden party.
Woo! Happy 21st.
Cheers. Come of age. Shiny white ocean from above, as a crow flies in. From my boat I've seen footprints in snowdrifts and blue eyes on Queen Street.
And you told a few stories along tonight's gig, and one of them was about the length of Canada, which is one of your songs, and that you co-wrote this song with one of your friends.
Well, I mean, he's my friend now, but at the time I didn't really know him, but yeah, a guy from LA called Dan Wilson.
Dan Wilson, awesome. And you were saying that he wrote Someone Like You?
Or he co-wrote it.
Co-wrote Someone Like You.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He's a great, amazing guy, great songwriter. Super cool guy.
Awesome. Who else have you been lucky enough to work with?
Well, I released an EP last year with Casual Psychotic, and I've done a lot of writing. I mean, I mostly have written just for myself for the album, so I haven't done so much co-writing for the album so far.
Yeah.
Really, the length of Canada, and I wrote a song with Leroy Lee as well. But other than that, all the songs on the album so far have just been written by me.
Okay, that's awesome. So I have some questions that some people have sent in.
It's really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right.
So
That's awesome.
some of them are a bit strange. Like Havana wanted to know, would you rather have no internet for a month or no teeth for a week?
No internet for a month, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I don't know. I'm pretty.
Definitely no internet for a month. I could deal with that. In fact, that'd probably make me happy in a lot of ways.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, as long as I could get it back again after that month. But I feel like a month without internet would be no worries.
Okay. All right. Cool. Beck wants to know, what was the most trouble you got in at school?
Oh, one time, one of my teachers was writing something on the blackboard, and everyone behind him was kind of talking. And he turned around and he goes, and he was talking as he was writing on the blackboard, and he turned around and he said, "Right, who's the idiot talking?" And I said, "Oh, that would be you, sir." And he sent me to detention for a long time.
There, that's a fair call. Living in Australia, a lot of our international friends see Australia with lots of scary animals. Have you ever been attacked by an animal here?
Not really. I know that's kind of boring to say, but I love animals and they've always been nice to me.
Okay.
No native animals anyway, maybe a cat. I got attacked by a cat once.
I've been attacked by like a kangaroo and a peacock.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you doing to make them attack you?
And a camel.
A camel? Did it spit on you?
Oh, it tried to bite me. Yeah. You've also done a lot of touring.
Yep.
Around the world. Has there ever been a moment where there's been something lost in translation when you're trying to communicate something and it's just turned into a bit of a mess?
Oh, I was in a bar in New York, and I was holding two drinks at once because my friend had gone to the bathroom, and this guy came up to me and he said, "Oh, you're double fisting," and I was like, "What do you mean?" Because to me that means something pretty full on, but Turns out that in America, double fisting is just holding 2 drinks at once. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like, so Americans were over here one time, and that means drink?
Oh, really? Because that.
Yeah, and they were trying to signal to me, do you want another drink? And I was like, no. And I was so confused. I was like,
Lucky you didn't just pull out, it just started like.
No, but there was like security guards right there. I was like, what are you doing? We're going to get thrown out.
I drew a point on a map. You drew your line in the sand. So I went on down to Derby Street. Playing my guitar with the case open at my feet.
Ellie Elephant wants to know, who was your favourite teacher?
My favourite teacher at school was Mr. Miller, my music teacher for year 11 and 12. He's a legend. Great bass player, and he played in a whole bunch of bands like Cactus Child and Floyd Vincent and the Child Brides, and he kind of looked like a musketeer. Like, quite literally looked a bit like a musketeer, so... Yeah, Mr. Miller.
Oh, shout out to Mr. Miller.
Shout out.
So you've toured with a lot of support acts as well.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been any pranks, practical jokes you played on each other?
Oh, one time I was touring with the Falls and
They know the Falls. You
yeah,
interviewed them.
yeah, and I didn't have a place to stay in Perth, and they were staying at Simon's auntie's place, and we asked if I could stay there, and they said no. And I went and stayed there anyway. I snuck in and slept on the floor. And then in the morning, for some reason, rather than just me coming out and being like, sorry guys, I had nowhere else to go, so I stayed here. We tried to sneak me out of the house. And so it took like an hour of us walking around trying to get out of this house without his auntie or uncle seeing me. And eventually I got outside without being seen. And the only way out was if Simon lifted me up onto this roof, and I walked along the roof and jumped over the fence. And so as he was lifting me up onto the roof, his auntie was like standing right in the window, just next to where we were, and caught us. That was pretty embarrassing.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was a good moment actually. It's one of those moments I'll remember.
Did you write a song about it?
No, I haven't. Maybe they have.
Maybe that's the hit that's taken them overseas.
Maybe.
You must be so excited for them, because we've just told these guys that they've just been signed by Bruno Mars's manager, and they've got a record deal with Universal Music.
Yeah, Verve. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's exciting.
We're all so excited for them. So good work, the Phillips. I'm Georgetown asked, what is the oldest and strangest album you own?
Well, the oldest or the strangest? Because the oldest isn't the strangest.
Oh, okay. Both.
The strangest is probably famous Bulgarian voices. It's an album called Portraits of Nikolai Kaufman, and it's like Bulgarian folk music. It's amazing. And the oldest is probably the Carter family collection, which is like super old country from deep south.
Wow. Are you into country? Is that the
I'm into some country. I'm into really old country, and I'm into like classic country. I'm not so into the sort of polished country pop of today. I'm not.
like Taylor?
I don't really listen to Taylor Swift, but I think she's pretty talented.
Okay. Nice. Have you ever had a gig mascot or Lucky Charm? Is there something you take around?
I had a guitar lead for a while that I felt like it was my lucky guitar lead. Every time I used it, I had a great gig, and then I lost it. And I've had heaps of great gigs since then. So obviously, it had nothing to do with the guitar lead. It was just superstition.
Last question. What was the first CD you ever bought?
Silverchair's Frog Stomp.
Oh.
And we're in Newcastle, so
Newcastle!
we're in Newcastle right now, so that's pretty fitting. But yeah, Silverchair's Frog Stomp, I reckon.
And you're about to leave us.
Yep.
Jack has just moved to Melbourne. Continue spreading his music seed.
That's one way of putting it.
So like up guys, make sure you subscribe. You can check out Jack's music here and buy his CDs. And also he has a CD coming out mid-year.
Yep, mid-year.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alexis.
That's awesome.
See ya.
Skipping stones on open water, wasting time. Revolving door, it seems shiny, Valentine's. The city's just a constant drone and some fluoro lights.